Hey, beauties and cuties. Welcome to Coach Leanna Speaks, where we talk about life because life be happening. So, what is something that you would really like to do, but fear is stopping you from doing it? Come on in. Let's talk about it because life be happening.
Funky dokie 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 dokie. Yeah. Listen.
Hey, beauties and cuties. Welcome to Coach Leanna Speaks, where we talk about life because life be happening. Hey, y'all. So, the question that was posed was, what is something that you really like to do or want to do and fear is stopping you? Hey, we've all been there. We've all wanted to do something in life, but fear was stopping us from doing it. And if you haven't been there, keep living. It's bound to happen. I've been fearful of so many things in life. One of my biggest fears was failure. I was scared to fail. And I think it was because in life, I've always been an overachiever. I always wanted to be the best. I always wanted to do everything. I wanted to always prove that I was good enough. And with that mindset and attitude, failure was not an option. I couldn't fail. If I failed, then I would look bad. If I failed, then people would be looking at me and saying and talking, and I cannot fail. I learned that failure is a part of life. And as long as you keep living, you are bound to fail. Not that you want to, not that you like to, but it just happens, okay? Because that's life, right? And a part of life is failures. I have failed in so many different things in life. Like when I graduated high school, my family had high hopes for me. I ain't gonna lie. I actually had high hopes for myself, really. But, when you get a taste of being on your own and doing things for yourself for the first time, yeah, I failed. I went back to school maybe a couple of years later and I failed again. I went back to school a third time and I failed again. Yeah, I was ready to throw in the towel on this school thing, but I couldn't throw in the towel. I had promised my mother that I would go back and I would actually finish and receive my degree. So, years later, as a mother and a wife, I went back to school. And I was doing good, actually. I ain't gonna even lie to y'all. But it was time for me to get into the nursing program, which was what I was going to school for the associate nursing program. And I failed. And you want to know something that's funny? My classmates was like, Leanna, you are the smartest person in this class. We don't see how you fail. Took the test again, and I failed. I recognized that it must not have been aligned in my life for me to be the nurse that I wanted and thought I was going to be. So I let it go. Now, was I accepting of that? No, because I don't like to fail, and I feel like I'm weak, or I feel like it's wrong, and so it was hurtful, but it happened. Once I failed so many times, I was fearful of a lot of stuff. I was fearful to try to do anything or apply myself to anything because I was scared to fail. You have to realize that some of the most wealthiest people in the world failed multiple times before they got to where they are. And I laugh now because now I look at failure and be like, girl, bye. We might fail, but it's not going to stop nothing. We going to keep going until we achieve, right? Because failure is not an option. That's what I've told myself, and that's what I continue to tell myself. So even when I do fail, I keep going until I achieve it. The same thing with fear. I tell my butterflies when they're working in my program, fear it'll show its ugly head. And what you have to do is let fear know you ain't never scared, okay? You have to go ahead and do it scared. Whatever it is that you want to do, and fear is just like, you're not going to do it. It's saying all those negative things that, fear can get in our head to say. Don't nobody want to hear that. Don't nobody want to see that. Ain't nobody going to buy that. Ain't nobody going to support that. You know how fear will put all those negative sayings in you. And when that happens, I tell my butterflies, keep going. Do it anyway. Do it scared. Do it without knowing. A lot of times we're fearful because we don't know what the outcome will be. A lot of times we don't. The way we are set up, we want to do something. We know how it's going to be, and this is the outcome we want to expect. But when we're doing something and we're not sure how the outcome will turn out, then fear strikes. And fear is looking at you like, I'm here. But you keep going. You don't allow fear to stop you. Keep pushing. Okay? Remember that if you remember nothing else. So if it is a dream, if it is a business, if it is something that you want to create, do it. Quit allowing fear to stop you, because right there, you're allowing the great thing that you have to put out here for anyone and everyone else to use and utilize, because you're allowing fear to stop you. Fear is going to always stop you only if you allow it. We're not allowing that. Okay, we are not allowing that. We gonna look at fear in his face and be like, either you gonna ride with me or you gonna set the bench. But no matter what you do, we gonna do it anyway. Okay, so whatever it is that you want to achieve, that you want to do, you got this. Just do it. Like Nike, y'all. Anyway, just be great in all that you do, and not be fearful of whatever it is that fear is trying to come through and do for you. I know that I told y'all in my original I'm Back video, not my original, my recent I'm Back video, that I 2 years ago in 2020 became a motivational speaker. And when that happened, I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. And then fear kicked in, and fear just was like, don't nobody want to hear your story. You don't want to tell your story. And to be honest, I was not in the best place in my life to really share my story in the way I wanted to. So I allowed fear to win. Here it is now, 2020, and I'm no longer out. Me and fear, we have a whole conversation anytime it come. I'll be like, girl, bye. Okay, you gonna ride or you gonna sit on the sideline, whichever way you doing it, I'm still gonna be doing what I'm gonna be doing. Fear, so 2022 has come, and I'm now ready to speak. Coach Leanna speaks, right? So I'm ready to speak now. I'm ready to share my story. I've been researching local places where I can share my story, whether it is 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20, 30 minutes. I've been trying to figure out where I could go and share my story. And an opportunity presented itself. And when I first saw it, I was a little apprehensive. I won't lie, I was like, I don't know about this. So I prayed over it, and I was like, okay, I'll say this. God will put on your heart what you need to be doing. I have a lot of very vivid dreams. I do. I dream about a lot of stuff, a lot of people, a lot of places, a lot of things. And I recently had a dream, and at first all I saw was a microphone. And then I had a dream, and I saw myself on stage talking. So I was like, okay, God, you're telling me it's time. So it's like, okay, it's time. When this opportunity presented itself, I went on and I signed up because the flyer said there were speakers needed. So I signed up, and I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. Was I fearful? Yes. Did I know the outcome of what was going to happen? No. But I did it anyway. So I signed up, did everything that needed to be done, recorded my speech, sent my speech over, and on Tuesday and Wednesday of this coming week, people will finally hear my story. If I'd allowed fear to stop me, my story wouldn't be getting out there. And people wouldn't know my story. Now, mind you, if I meet people and I feel like they could utilize hearing my story, I share it. But this is going to be something that is going to be bigger than me. More people will be reached worldwide than just someone I know or someone I can chat with. So I'm excited. But if I'd allow fear to stop me, I wouldn't be sitting here. I wouldn't be talking about it. I would still be waiting on something easy to come. Now, mind you, the devil tried. He tried, oh Lord, he tried to stop me from sharing my story. I had technical difficulties. I had deadline dates that wasn't trying to be met. I had all kind of things. But I kept going because this is something I want. This is something I'm choosing for me. So, with that being said, I can do it. You can too. I want to speak. I want the world to hear my story, and they shall. I can't allow fear to stop me from sharing it, and neither can you. All right? So, every day you have breath, you have purpose. Thrive in that. Be great in that. Greatness lies within you. It's just waiting on you to unlock it and level up. You got this, boo. Okay? So, if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. Come on now, subscribe. Like this video. Leave me a comment. Tell me your thoughts. I greatly appreciate it. Until next week, love you. Bye.